Welcome into Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Chris Yao here alongside Mo Patton, and it is a Thursday, PREPS Thursday edition. We've got a great show lined up for you. Looking forward to it, so I hope you guys are ready for a lot of fun. Mo, how are things?
This might not be the day to ask that.
Yeah.
Late night last night, late and frustrating for at least one of us. But we're trying to get through it. Got some Thursday night football tonight. Pretty exciting. Hopefully this rain will hold off. Get the weekend started right.
Good Lord willing.
Yeah, and the creek don't rise.
That's right. And boy, last night was fun. We'll talk about it.
Fun for you.
Well, I mean, it was fun for you for a half. And it was fun for me for a half.
Yeah.
Just so happened that mine was a little more fun than your half.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's that's not on you. It is what it is. But yeah, it's we'll react to that Jacksonville State Middle Tennessee State game here in just a moment. We'll also talk with Seth Anderson of Columbia Academy as they get ready to take on Nashville Christian tomorrow night, and what it will definitely be for the region lead.
For the lead, for sure.
Yeah,
and perhaps
going farther.
Yeah.
You know, he called it the region championship last week. Now, he said that to his team, and
well, I mean,
you know, but he's probably not wrong.
I'm not going to tell him he's wrong.
So yeah, of course we'll talk to him about that. It's going to be a great football game tomorrow night out in Bellevue. We'll also talk with Terry McCormick, of course, the top of the hour, to get your top of the hour Titans report, little Major League Baseball postseason action, and kind of rapid fire reaction, Mo. To be honest with you, we've got a lot of reacting to do, and so let's do it. But before we do any of that, we need to give folks yesterday's results and today's schedule. In order to do that, however, we have to you'll have to excuse me, folks. I'm having to do this myself. Screw you, Jobu. I
do this myself.
Yeah, it's going to be a minute.
Something like
so, tell them, Mo, about our fine rundown sponsor today.
The Thursday rundown is brought to you by Mockingbird Title and Escrow, an attorney-owned and operated full-service title company in Middle Tennessee that will get your deals closed without worry and fuss. A family business that offers the highest level of expertise in the industry when it comes to closing and funding your real estate transactions. Consider them part of your team. Call 615-274-8698 or visit mockingbirdtitletn.com today.
That's not it. Is that it? That's it.
There you go.
There we go. All right. Now, as we were saying, there was some girls soccer action last night. And Giles County defeated Lawrence County 3-0. Rossview was an 8-2 winner over Clarksville. In college football action, Jacksonville State down Middle Tennessee State 45-30, and New Mexico State with a 34-17 win over Florida International. Major League Baseball play, all of these ended the wild card series. The Texas Rangers advanced with a 7-1 win over Tampa Bay. Minnesota, a 2-0 winner over the Blue Jays, sending them to the next round. The Diamondbacks oust the Brewers 5-2, and the Phillies down the Marlins 7-1. In MLS play, it was Orlando 1, Nashville Soccer Club 0.
At Geodis Park.
At Geodis Park, yes.
Good Lord. High school football tonight. 7 o'clock kickoffs for East Nashville at Cane Ridge, Antioch at Christ Presbyterian Academy, East Robertson hosting Trousdale County, Franklin taking on visiting Ravenwood, Page goes to Hillsboro, Springfield is at Hunters Lane, Summit travels to Overton, McGavock is at Rossview, and Stratford hosts Maplewood. Again, those are all 7 o'clock kickoffs tonight. Volleyball action. Good Pasture plays Donaldson Christian at 5, followed by Middle Tennessee Christian at Providence Christian at 6:30. So that is the Division 2A Middle Region tournament, and it's all at Providence Christian. Again, Good Pasture DCA at 5, Middle Tennessee Christian, Providence Christian at 6:30. In District 12 AAA volleyball action at Shelbyville. One semifinal.
It's unfortunate for the Lady Eagles.
It is unfortunate for the Lady Eagles, the 8-seeded Lady Eagles, by the way. Yeah. Columbia Central takes on top seed Lawrence County at 4, followed by Spring Hill and Lincoln County at 5:30, and the championship at 7. The ship. We go into the ship.
That's right. Girls soccer action tonight. Summit is at Harpeth Hall at 5. Also at 5, St. Cecilia welcomes Brentwood Academy. At 6 tonight, Father Ryan's at Innsworth, and Siegel is at Franklin County, as well as Good Pasture hosting Middle Tennessee Christian. At 6:30, Grace Franklin is at Christ Presbyterian. And at 7, Culleoka plays host to Loretto. Sycamore is at Fairview. Hendersonville is at Gallatin. Giles County hosts Marshall County, and Wilson Central at some time tonight will play host to Siegel. College football action tonight. Sam Houston is at Liberty. You can see that at 6 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. Also, Western Kentucky is at Louisiana Tech. That's a 7 o'clock kick on ESPN. And in NFL action on Amazon Prime at 7:15 tonight, it's the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. And that is Mo.
Your rundown.
Hey, top story is brought to you by our friends at Piggly Wiggly in Neely's Mill Shopping Center in Columbia. Make sure to go by and see the fine folks at the Piggly Wiggly, as they have, of course, your fresh hand-cut meats, your fresh produce, and daily lunch specials. That's right. Cobbler, vegetables, meats. It's all delicious, and it's all right there. Cost plus 10% at the register. Today's top story, Moses, is reaction from last night. And, you know, when you go back and look at this game, Jacksonville State defeats Middle
First
Tennessee.
of all, I'm not going back and looking at this game.
Well, Jacksonville State defeats Middle Tennessee State 45-30 last night, scoring, was it 38 points
in the second half
en route to the win, including a interception that was returned from the Jacksonville State 19 to the Middle Tennessee State 17 in the fourth quarter. And
that's what they call flipping the field.
Yeah, that is exactly flipping the field, literally. And a scoop and score, as we were already out of the building.
Yeah, we'd seen enough.
And all of that just kind of, again, 4 turnovers last night for Middle Tennessee State. Just a tough night in the second half. Played really well, scored 3 times in 4 minutes, Mo. 3 times in 4 minutes.
I texted you at halftime. I would not have expected at any point from Middle Tennessee State to have been up 2 scores in that ball game, and yet it was 23-7 at the half. Like you said, 3 scores in 4 minutes. The defense played really well, and the offense managed to put up points despite not playing great in the offensive line, not having much of a run game other than Nick Vadiato, who managed to make some plays in the passing game as well, thank goodness. But 23-7 at the half, and then it all went from sugar to something else in the second half.
Well, in the first half, in the first quarter particularly, the first couple of drives, Middle could not block Jacksonville up front. They were getting home with 4, and they were dropping 7, and there was nothing Nick Vadiato could do.
Right.
Nothing. Now, some adjustments were made. I don't know what those adjustments were. I wasn't paying that much attention to it until I realized that we weren't getting home with 4, and by we, I mean Jacksonville State.
As you made clear in the latter stages of last night's game, when you took off your Main Street Sports Today pullover and showed your
true colors.
Yes, yes, and they were red.
Yes. But at least I wore gray. I wasn't wearing red. At least it wasn't a red shirt. It could have been worse. because red is not a great color to be wearing it at Middle Tennessee
on
State.
on that campus. No,
But you're watching this kind of unfold. They made some adjustments and realized, hey, we can do some things in the perimeter passing game.
right.
Get the ball out quick. Find a way to get Vadiato out from behind the line of scrimmage. Roll him out. And they did really well. Again, scoring 3 times in 4 minutes. And things looked really good at halftime. Whatever Rich Rodriguez has said to his team at halftime the last 2 weeks, he should probably say it before the game next week against Liberty.
Yeah, because if he waits till halftime, it may be too late.
It may be too late. So, that being said, Middle Tennessee State had a chance to put the game away just about. Would have gone up 30-20, would have gone up 30-7 with a pass down the sideline right in front of me. And number 3 just let it go right through his hands.
DJ
Chisholm.
England Chisholm. Yes.
DJ England Chisholm had it. It was 6.
Yeah,
and
it was absolutely 6 from the Rick Ensel suite. High above Johnny Red Floyd Stadium, we saw that was 6 as well.
It was
until it wasn't caught.
Until it hit the ground, and that was an unfortunate turn of events. And then you get to the second half, a drive ending, not drive. Jacksonville was going to have to end up kicking a field goal or attempting a field goal, and instead Trey Fluellen is flagged for targeting, and it was in fact textbook targeting, unfortunately. So much so that they confirmed the call on replay. It didn't just stand; they confirmed it, and which means he'll actually miss the first half of next week's game as well, after being ejected from the second half last night. So, and that's unfortunate because we're big Trey Fluellen fans. But it was targeting. It set up Jacksonville State inside the 10-yard line. They score on a quarterback sneak with Zion Webb to cut the lead to 23-14. Next thing you know, there was there was something else that happened with that Middle did, and it was the punt. Jacksonville State punts, and for whatever reason, MTSU's receiver decides to go try and stop it with 4 Jacksonville State players around him. It gets into his breadbasket. They knock it out, recover it. Jacksonville State football. They score again, and it's open.
Yeah. The floodgates have opened at that point.
And I mean, Zion Webb made plays with his feet. Got the perimeter passing game. Had the 1 touchdown pass for about 70-something yards. That
man, I'll tell you what, that tight end.
And then Sean Brown made a couple of one-handed catches, a couple of 1 touchdown catch. Dude, that guy is the reason Jacksonville State won the football.
That guy's a dude, man. He was impressive all night. He made some nice catches, and really kind of bailed out the Jack State offense at some times. But middle just kind of collapsed in the second half. And again, after getting off to the start that they did, to not be able to sustain that first drive of the second half when they weren't able to score, like you said, was kind of the telltale sign, and it opened the door for Jack State to get back in it, and they bull rush it.
Well, I told you before the game, Middle had rushed for 120 yards a game on the year, and they only ran for 109 last night. Frank Peasant ran 8 times for 6 yards, which is not what you expect from him. And here's the thing.
I don't think it's his fault.
Of the 109 yards rushing, 1 rush for 75 yards, that 75-yard touchdown against the whoever was playing after we left with less than 5 minutes to go. You take that 75 yards away.
What's that, 34 yards?
It's, yes, it's exactly what it is, 34 yards.
You can't win football games rushing for 34 yards.
Even if your quarterback throws for 400, which Nick Vadiato did, 408.
On what
41 attempts, 26 completions.
26 of 31. He was
41.
26 of 41. Okay. All right.
408, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Of course,
41 passing attempts is too many.
it is. So yeah, that was a tough night for Middles in the second half. They just, again, couldn't get anything going offensively, and it seemed like when they did have something going, they'd shoot themselves in the foot some way, somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Jacksonville State took advantage, and they moved to 5-1 overall, 3-0 in the conference, although it doesn't really matter. And each of those 2 teams will get a 6-day week as they both play on Tuesday next week. I think
Middle has, is it Louisiana Tech coming to town?
Middle Tennessee State will welcome Louisiana Tech at 6 o'clock next week on CBS Sports Network. Jacksonville State welcomes conference favorite Liberty to JSU Stadium and Burgess Snow Field. So should be fun next week. Hopefully Middle can bounce back. So it's tough.
Yeah. Only thing worse than 1-5 would be 1-6.
So. Look, and here's the thing. Let me just put this out there before we take this break. I understand that that Jacksonville State is moving up. Okay, I get that. They're moving up from FCS to FBS, and it's an FCS team in their first year, whatever. Jacksonville State's good.
I don't think
they're good for.
I don't think anybody is frustrated at losing to Jacksonville State just coming up from FCS. I think folks with Middle Tennessee State are frustrated with losing, period. You can lose to Alabama. You can lose to Missouri. You get that. Colorado State. Okay, this is a conference game, wherever they're coming from. It's a conference game. You should be able to be competitive with everybody in this conference. And the fact that you're not, and that you give up 38 points and a half.
Yeah, 31-10 to Western and 45-30 to Jacksonville State doesn't bode well.
No.
But it's still the best 1-5 in the country. It's been a tough schedule, man.
Again.
And it doesn't get a whole lot easier with Liberty still to come, New Mexico State still to come. At least you get FIU, but then you got UTEP and Sam Houston's. They're not great, but
you got to figure it out.
You got to do something. ASAP. But I still think
best 1-5 team in whatever
doesn't help you.
No,
I understand that. But you have, as we've talked about with high school teams here recently, sometimes
that's a different paradigm there.
But it's still a tough schedule, including 2 Power 5 teams and a team that took Colorado to double overtime on the road. And, Colorado just played the number 8 team in the country to a touchdown. So there's perspective. I don't think the sky is necessarily falling for Middle.
I think it's already falling.
But I think you've got to figure something out, because this iteration of Conference USA, you should be able to win. Period. You should, if nothing else, compete for championships.
Well, and you already had your excuses figured out. Should Middle have won that game last night?
It was win-win for me.
Yeah.
There's no reason we should win this game. We're moving up from FCS.
And yet.
It was lose-lose for Middle either way, unless it was.
Well, they lost.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's take a break. Seth Anderson standing by. Stick around in Coach's Corner right after this on Main Street Sports Day, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint. Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net.
Custom Stone Handlers supplies over 600 distributors and suppliers with quality stone products. Along with River Stone, we produce and distribute over 100 building, landscape, and other bulk products. Our goal is to provide quality products, service, and partnerships to ensure our customers' success. We firmly believe that the measure of any person or company is how they treat other people and customers. Give them a call at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com. Mockingbird Title and Escrow is an attorney-owned and operated full-service title company in Middle Tennessee. We get your deals closed without worry and fuss. We're a family business that offers the highest level of expertise in our industry when it comes to closing and funding your real estate transactions.
And it's a job I really love. I'm passionate about this. I'm enthusiastic about this. I like to think we're pretty well rounded and can deal with a wide range of needs and a wide range of clients.
Call 615-274-8698 today.
With Lee Company technology, the best handymen are hands-off. Lee Company techs have been using visual findings and other smart technology tools for years to add transparency and virtually take customers along. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on a roof. With Lee Company, technology helps us help you, no matter what's happening in the world or at your house.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Murray County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic service, and our Ortho Quick Walk-In Clinic lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net.
Welcome back in Main Street Sports today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint. Chris Young and Mo Patton here on this PREPS Thursday as we get you ready. High school football picks later in the show, including the next game we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And so looking forward to it as we get to Coach's Corner here on Main Street Sports today. And we have with us Columbia Academy football coach Seth Anderson. Coach, welcome in. How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Doing well, thanks, Coach. Not digging this overcast look right now. I've got a game to go to tonight and hoping it stays dry for that one as well as for yours tomorrow night. But you know, I was fortunate enough to be at your game a couple of weeks ago when you guys went up to Donaldson Christian and defeated the Wildcats 42-30. What do you feel like you take specifically out of that game into this matchup tomorrow night against Nashville Christian?
You know, I think winning at Donaldson Christian kind of gave our team a little bit of confidence. Our first part of the season was pretty tough schedule. You know, losing a heartbreaker early on to Middle Tennessee Christian, and then playing Friendship and Huntington, who are two outstanding teams, and going up to DCA, which is another outstanding football team. Being able to go up there and pull out the win definitely gave our kids some confidence and a little belief, and we've kind of run with it since then, and we're just hoping to keep getting better each week, and you know, really looking forward to tomorrow night.
You know, Chris saw you guys last week against Clarksville Academy, and it looked like, I mean, from what I saw from a statistical standpoint, looked like maybe y'all got a little deeper into the offensive playbook last weekend.
We did. You know, this point in the season, you're past your initial installs, and you're starting to build on things. And you know, we have a lot of guys. You know, you've been to a couple of our games, so we have a lot of guys on the offensive side that can do a lot of things with the football. And you know, talking about last week specifically, I thought running back Zane Nash did an outstanding job. You know, getting a heavy workload. Offensive line did a great job of opening up holes for him. And then Connor Rawson back at quarterback. He's just kind of drove the offense the entire year. Being a senior, having that experience back there, it's pretty comforting as a coach, knowing that he's in control. And I thought he did a really good job of managing the offense last Friday night against Clarksville Academy. We got a couple guys receiver wise, Harrison Brownlee, Mac Jackson, CJ Duro, that really allow us to stretch the field. And, right now it's all about trying to get better. And trying to build off of recent success as we enter this last stretch of the regular season.
You say recent success because, and fact is that over the last couple of years, you guys haven't had, a bunch of it, missing, losing some big games late last year to put you out of the playoffs. And so this team having the mindset, learning how to win, especially after that heartbreaking loss to MTCS. I mean, they have kind of had to learn how to win this year. And it seems like that's not been an issue. They've kind of found their way in doing so. What would, obviously a lot of senior leadership has to play into that.
Oh, absolutely. Our senior class, looking at, like I mentioned a second ago, our quarterback, Connor Ross, and the guy who, knock on wood, he's been healthy so far this year. Unfortunately, his junior and sophomore season were both shortened due to injury, and having him 100% healthy this year has paid huge dividends. And a lot of it is the mental aspect that he brings to our team, just being really calm in adverse situations. You go back to, you mentioned the Middle Tennessee Christian game, and, we're down with just over a minute to go, and he calmly leads us down the field in a 2-minute drive, and we're able to tie the game up and force that thing into overtime. And a lot of that is just his demeanor and how he kind of carries himself, and he never gets too high, never gets too low. And that kind of rubs off on everybody else. Because, as the quarterback is the leader of the team, and we go as he goes. And I think he's done a great job just kind of carrying us. Other seniors we got, Gabriel Sapicki, all region offensive lineman last year, outstanding defensive end. He's got a motor that just don't stop. And, really, those two guys are two of our captains, coupled with our third senior captain, Cade Jackson, who unfortunately for him has missed some time due to an injury he suffered in the Friendship Christian game. But now he's getting back into the swing of things and getting back healthy. And, he's been an outstanding leader for us, both on and off the field. He's kind of the heartbeat for our team, and that's undeniable. So really excited for him to get back and get back on the field.
What is the prognosis for K? When do you expect him back, or do you have a feel for that at this point?
So he got back last week. He was kind of on a pitch count a little bit, and he played last week. There was no no soreness or anything. So we expect him to be back 100% tomorrow night.
Speaking of getting folks back, Monte Baldwin did not play last week. You expect him Friday night?
Yeah, Monte, he'll be playing tomorrow night. Really excited. He's kind of had a sore ankle the past couple of weeks, and resting a little bit should pay dividends tomorrow. There's no question he is an outstanding back. He does some special things with the ball in his hand, and as we've kind of fed him, it's allowed us to open up the playbook a little bit more. It's allowed us to stretch the field vertically as he draws a little bit, of attention, and so that opens up some of our guys on the outside. But like I mentioned earlier, our offensive line has been fantastic in getting on blocks and staying with him and letting Monte do his thing.
Well, if you've got a sore ankle, it's nice to be able to come out occasionally, and you've got Zane Nash to spell him a little bit and kind of break up the type of game that you got, that Monte gives you. You've got a guy who can run between the tackles and kind of, bruise a little bit, while obviously Monte is a little bit quicker on the outside. That is a weapon that you love to have as a coach.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question Monte is going to get his carries. But to have a guy like Zane that can come in and run the ball between the tackles and get good hard yards there, that's a luxury that a lot of teams don't have, is to have two really capable backs. And that they're both, or Zane being a freshman, he's got a lot to learn, but I think he's done a fantastic job offensively for us and really defensively too. Was coming in and starting as a freshman on the defensive side of the ball. He's done a fantastic job for us, and getting Monte breaks every now and then on offense, that's been big.
Columbia Academy second-year football coach Seth Anderson joining us here on Main Street Sports today and on Coach's Corner. Coach, as you head into this Nashville Christian game, Jared Curtis is touted as one of the top quarterback recruits in the area, regardless of class. I guess he's in the 26 class. He's a sophomore. Within that offense, what challenges do you feel like he presents for you guys defensively?
The kid is special. I mean, you look at his physical ability to throw a ball. He can make any throw on the field. He has tremendous arm talent, which he's going to be fun to watch for the next several years as he goes on from high school into the college level.
Just not tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, hopefully not tomorrow night. No, I mean, he's going to make plays. I mean, the kid is too good to not. Nashville Christian, is an outstanding program. Coach Brothers does a great job with them. They were in the state championship last year, and for that young man to lead their team to the state championship as a freshman last year says a lot. He's back as a sophomore, even more experience. He's gotten bigger, stronger, faster. He presents challenges, that any team is not necessarily looking forward to playing against. But no, we're looking forward to tomorrow night. It's going to be a great environment. Two good teams competing against each other, and this is kind of what you want in a high school football matchup is to go out there and compete and lay it on the line and see what happens. So we're really excited about that.
I too am excited about keeping up with it. Of course, Mo, you'll be there, and that'll make things a little easier for us to keep up with.
Hopefully, ideally, yeah.
And so
internet connectivity pending.
Yeah, that's always the key. But yeah, you kind of mentioned to your team, and it was probably privately, but the fact is that you're right. This is kind of this really feels like the region championship. If nothing else, you're in the driver's seat if you win this thing. And there is, in Division II, especially in Class A, there is nothing more important than winning your region because you get a bye.
Yeah, absolutely. The winner of this game, there's still a lot of football to play. Grace Christian, we have them last game of the season, got Mountain Juliet Christian after fall break. So we're trying to take it one game at a time, but the next game that we have is Nashville Christian. And, like you say, if you win a region game and you stay undefeated in the region, that puts you in a really good spot as you move on to, for us, 2 more region games left to possibly get that 1 seed. And not like you said, when it comes to playoff seeding and projecting everything, if you can get a bye, that's huge, especially at that point of the season. We've seen it on the other end, how critical that bye is, playing a team coming off a bye and just how advantageous it is. So hopefully, we can find ourselves in that spot, but it's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy tomorrow night for sure.
Well, I think that you guys have as good of an opportunity as you've had in the last few years to win a region championship, and looking forward to tomorrow night because, again, Nashville Christian's a very good football team, but so is Columbia Academy.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate that.
That's important.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
it's going to be a great ball game, great matchup, and I'm looking forward to being there for it. And Coach, we appreciate you taking some time with us this afternoon.
Absolutely. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for all y'all do. And, getting these guys some coverage. We really appreciate as a school for all y'all do for us. So thank you.
You got it. All right, we'll take a break. No, we won't take a break.
No, we won't. We've got some hardware to hand out.
We have hardware to hand out. That's an important.
Let's do that before we take a break.
Let's do that. In fact, because of course we have the Custom Stone Handlers End-to-End Life Team of the Week. As of course, outside the military, the greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers encourages young people to get in the game. Contact them at 931-490-4990 or visit customstonehandlers.com. And Mo, the team of the week this week?
The team of the week this week is the Mount Pleasant boys golf team.
How about that?
The Tigers last Friday in the Region 6A tournament over at Henry Horton State Park's Buford Ellington Golf Course. The Tigers shot a 342. It is a lot. This is not a lot, though.
Which is how you win in golf.
Exactly, by not shooting a lot. Mount Pleasant finished with a 342 team score, 4 guys, 18 holes each, which was 4 strokes better than second place and defending region champion Summertown. So, congratulations to Spencer Lovett, Eli Harvey, Gavin Myers, among others. Also, who were the other 2 on the team? Those 3 had the top 3 scores among the Tigers. That's why I named them. But also Andrew Cummins and Kevin Reed are the 5 making up the Tigers golf team. That is this week's Custom Stone Handlers End-to-End Life Team of the Week.
Congratulations to them. Now the Mid-Tennessee Ball and Joint Athlete of the Week from Columbia Academy.
Go figure. Receiver / linebacker Harrison Brownlee, 8 catches for 167 yards with a touchdown, also ran for a score and had 8 tackles in CA's 38-7 win last week over Clarksville Academy that you were on hand for.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
Great job all night long. I mean, of course, it certainly helps when, he caught more than 50% of the passes that Connor Rawson completed, but, they have other options. And so
they do have other options, as Seth mentioned. CJ Duro the week before had 3 catches for 141 yards, I think. So, they've got opportunities to make big plays in the passing game. And I think that's going to, that's going to bode well for them tomorrow night. So,
no question. All right, let's take a break now. Braves, Major League Baseball on the other side of it. So stick around here on Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. We'll be right back after this.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net.
With Lee Company technology, the best handymen are hands-off. Lee Company techs have been using visual findings and other smart technology tools for years to add transparency and virtually take customers along. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on a roof. With Lee Company, technology helps us help you, no matter what's happening in the world or at your house.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50-plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Zion Christian Academy, zioneagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's zioneagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today. Mockingbird Title and Escrow is an attorney-owned and operated full-service title company in Middle Tennessee. We get your deals closed without worry and fuss. We're a family business that offers the highest level of expertise in our industry when it comes to closing and funding your real estate transactions.
And it's a job I really love. I'm passionate about this. I'm enthusiastic about this. I like to think we're pretty well rounded and can deal with a wide range of needs and a wide range of clients.
Call 615-274-8698 today.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Murray County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic service, and our Ortho Quick Walk-In Clinic lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net.
October 5th, 2001, a 10-run first inning highlighted by a Chipper Jones grand slam put the Braves well on the way to a leave no doubt 20-3 win over the Marlins to clinch the National League East Division Championship, the team's 10th straight division title. Atlanta became the first team in professional sports to win 10 consecutive division crowns, surpassing the 1957 through 65 Boston Celtics and the 1982 through 90 Los Angeles Lakers, who each won 9 in a row. That was this day in Braves history.
Always good. Leave no doubt. It's always good to leave no doubt, too.
Absolutely.
As postseason play continues, the Braves now know who and when they will play in the National League Division Series. It is the Philadelphia Phillies for the second consecutive year. And they will do it at 5 o'clock in the evening on both Saturday and Monday in Atlanta.
Saturday and Monday?
Saturday and Monday in Atlanta.
Off on Sunday.
Yes. The off days for the National League Series are a little wonky, but this is what allows us to have 4 games of Strider and Freed if necessary.
It allows us to have 4 games of Strider and Freed. It probably allows them to have 2 games of Zach Wheeler.
Yeah, but that's just 2 versus 4.
Okay.
They will throw Suarez.
You learned that in your Alabama math.
I did, in fact. Okay. They will throw Suarez in game 1, Wheeler in 2, Nola in 3, Suarez in 4, and Wheeler in 5, which means Strider will go up against Suarez and Wheeler will pitch against Max Fried, and I'm okay with that. And Aaron Nola goes up against probably Smith Shawver and Kyle Wright together.
You would think.
And Jesse Chavez and anybody else they can pull out of the bullpen.
Johnny Holstaff. Yeah. All hands on deck for that one. Yeah. You would like to have seen the Marlins maybe stress Philadelphia a little bit more. But, I mean, with as much time between the rounds, I don't know how much it would have mattered. This Philadelphia team, pitching-wise, they don't necessarily scare me past Wheeler, but that lineup is, I wouldn't say intimidating, but challenging.
My problem with their lineup is it's never the guys you expect who come through for them against the Braves, and that's
I wouldn't say never.
Well, rarely. But Castellanos. I mean, Castellanos isn't exactly mid, but he's not the guy in that lineup that you're most concerned with.
No, Bryce Harper is the guy that you're most concerned with. Trey Turner is the guy that
Schwarber.
I'm not concerned with Kyle Schwarber.
Leading off recently.
Again, he's not a leadoff hitter. He's the first hitter that comes up.
Well, saying though, hitting leadoff, when he gets a hit to start the game, then you've got Turner, you've got Harper. You got to deal with a lot.
Yeah, but I'd rather deal with those guys with a guy in front of them that's only going 1 base at a time.
That's okay. Why? Because he's going to trot the other 2 half the time. That's the problem. is that, he gets a lot of base hits. They may be singles, but it works because Bryce Harper goes yard quite often. And look, you're right. This is a lineup that's not intimidating, but it is challenging. But it's the back half of the lineup that I'm concerned with. If you go back and look at what Spencer Strider's done against great lineups, it's been impressive. I mean, guys got a sub 200 batting average against.
Yeah. It's again, it's the Stotts and the Marshes that, they're just kind of pesky at the bottom for those guys. So it's going to be a challenging series, I think. And I think Philadelphia, after what happened when these two teams met last year, comes into this feeling like nothing that went on during the regular season means anything. They've got the confidence from what they did in last year's NLDS and what they did in the NLCS. So
okay, but
yeah, well,
let's talk about that. Look, I'm excited to play the Phillies. One, you got to beat the best to be the best. So I think the Phillies are, at least the third best team in the National League playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Spencer Strider ain't hurt. He ain't throwing 95, 96. And I've not heard that Max Fried has thrown up this week. So
yet. Yeah.
Max ain't coming off the flu. Strider ain't dealing with an oblique.
Yep.
They didn't get our best last year in the DS.
Yeah, be careful what you ask for if you're Philadelphia.
And exactly. I'm seriously, I'm looking forward to this series because if it does anything more than get that ridiculous bat slam off my timeline for the next 365 days, it'll be worth it.
Reese Hoskins ain't coming through that door.
Nor is a 95-mile-an-hour fastball from
Spencer Strider. No,
it's going to be 98, 99, and you better watch out. And he may hit triple digits quite often, be in the playoffs, being at home. Oh, by the way, 5 o'clock in the evening instead of 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. I think this is going to be a great division series. I think it's going to be worth watching. The only problem that I have with this is I feel like the Braves are going to have to deal with more emotion, and it will be more high stress than I think the Dodgers are going to have to deal with in their division series against the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. I think the Dodgers facing the Diamondbacks, they're just expected to just take care of business. I think the Braves are, I think people expect this to be a highly contentious series.
I mean, how do you feel about it? Do you think they should reseed? I mean, it's very simple to send the lowest seed to the next round. It's not like they're, in a hub.
Well, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't, really. It's not like cost for Major League Baseball is an issue.
Yeah.
It's not like travel is really an issue.
Future travel.
And I mean, maybe from a scouting standpoint, you would like to know, okay, it's going to be A or B.
Rather than ABC.
But at the same time, if you're the number one seed, for it to mean something,
yeah,
it would seem like reseeding would be the way to do it.
And again, not difficult to do, especially with 3 days off. Here's the thing. The wild card series, part of the advantage that you're supposed to get as a one seed is not just the time off, but you're supposed to get, their number 3 starter in game 1. Well, that's not going to happen.
No, not the way they're scheduling.
With the schedule.
So I don't know what the advantage is.
There is none.
You're not getting their number 3 starter. You're getting the best wild card.
You're getting the best wild card team.
I don't know what it's awfully convenient that it's Atlanta that all this is happening to. But I don't know.
It's almost like you don't want the only advantage is home field advantage. That's it.
Which is not nothing, but still. And I guess Major League Baseball is going to say, hey, number one plays 4-5. I mean, we didn't tell 6 to beat 3.
Well, you included 6. You gave them the ability.
Yeah.
I mean, I would almost assume just do away with the wild card series in this iteration of it.
That's not going to happen.
I understand that. But I mean, to me, that seems like the better option.
Yeah. I mean, at least that way, you're getting the number 4.
Yeah. I mean, the Braves got the 4 anyway.
But
the Dodgers
are going to get
the 6
instead of the 3.
Now,
and the Dodgers saying, hey, not our fault.
Not our fault the Brewers choked.
Yeah.
And the Brewers did, in fact, choke. Man. And that's unfortunate because, we're pseudo Brewers fans via the Nashville Sounds.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Other side of the bracket, Twins make easy work of Dante Bichette and the Blue Jays. And the Astros will do their best to get back to the World Series for the 3rd consecutive year. Meanwhile, the Orioles will get the Rangers, who are, let's just say, hot and looking really good. So that's tough. On the other side, I was actually talking to one of the guys from Jacksonville State on the sideline last night who said his wife is a big Braves fan, but he's from Baltimore, so he's a big Orioles fan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so
little house divided going on.
A little house divided. So and I told him, I said, I really don't want to see the Orioles because team of destiny and all, but it would be cool to watch Baltimore in the World Series. And so I'm looking forward to this division series, man. Saturday night it's going to be rocking in Atlanta. Absolutely raucous. And I can't wait.
Yeah, and as Chris and I were talking off air earlier, if you are a TSU football fan heading to the metropolitan Atlanta area this weekend for the Kennesaw State game, be aware, y'all's isn't the only game in town. So plan accordingly.
It is not, in fact. So. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, top of the hour Titans report from Terry McCormick. On the other side, stick around.
He shoots, and he scores!
Since 1975, Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint Clinic has treated the orthopedic needs of Middle Tennessee residents. The trained physicians provide surgical options and minimally invasive options to treat all orthopedic needs. The walk-in clinic, OrthoQuick, helps you bypass the ER while treating sports injuries and acute needs Monday through Saturday. Visit MTBJ online at mtbj.net or on social media at Mid-Tennessee Bone Joint Clinic.
Now for the Daily Titans report here at the top of the hour with Terry McCormick on Titans Insider. Terry, how are you?
I'm doing well. It's the Zen Sports Titan Insider Daily Report. Zen Sports, changing the bonus game for the better, guys. Let's talk a little bit about the offensive line. It's starting to look like Peter Skoronski may be back. Practice for a second straight day today, so that's good news for the left side of that Titans offensive line. Now, the other part of it is this. at left tackle. What do you do? Do they stick with Andre Dillard? Do they go with Nicholas Petit-Ferrer, who's been on the shelf for 4 games? And he was practicing the last couple of days, getting some reps over on that left side. My guess right now is that given that NPF is a little bit untested, not only this year because of the suspension, but also having not played on the left side since he was at Ohio State, my guess would be that Dillard is probably in because he did play better last week against Cincinnati. I'd say they probably go forward with him, but I'd say he may be officially on notice that that progress had better continue.
If you okay, well then answer me this: what do you do with with Petit-Ferrer? You don't just keep him on the bench, do you?
Well, they like the way Chris Hubbard has played at right tackle. I think in the interim, I think Petit-Ferrer probably becomes your swing tackle. You know he can play the right side, and if you're giving him a look on the left side, that if he's not going to be an immediate starter, that tells me that he's going to be your swing tackle, so that frees up Dylan Radins to be your primary swing guard. And then what do you do with Justin Murray? He's probably a game day inactive, and the 8 that they would go with would be your 5 starters, with Radins as your guard backup, Petit-Ferrer as your tackle backup, and Corey Levin as your center backup.
That sounds like a solid bunch. Dillard accepted.
Well, here's the thing: is you have 3 guys who have played left tackle. I mean, Hubbard's played left tackle in the league. You've got Petit-Ferrer, who played it in college, but also Peter Skoronsky, who played it in college.
Well, and I guess you've got opportunities, during the course of the game, because Dillard starts doesn't mean he's out there for every snap. So, if he's looking like he's looked, maybe they make an in-game move.
It's happened before, when Xavier Newman got the nod in the game against the Chargers, and he was out there for 2 series before they said, whoops, that's enough, and they went to Dylan Radins. So it's not an unprecedented move by the Titans to make a change on that offensive line in the middle of the shift, so to speak.
Well, obviously this week is critical. I mean, it's a division game. It's the Colts, and it's been more than 1,000 days since the Colts have beaten the Titans.
1,049, I believe, is where we're at.
It's today 1,049. So, I mean, it's a big deal because, well, this Colts team is 2-2, and everybody else is 2-2. So you just kind of feel like it's important to win.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. Obviously, it's a division game. The winner of this is going to be guaranteed at least a share first place in the AFC South. And here's the thing that I'm kind of feeling that here's the thing that I think that would scare me if I was the Titans. It's not so much that Anthony Richardson is a great quarterback at this juncture of his career, but his ability to make big plays off schedule might overcome some of the mistakes that he's going to make. That would scare me to death if I were a defensive coordinator.
I can certainly see that being an issue. And so I feel like Saturday or Sunday is going to be a huge game. And outside of getting those linemen back, what does the rest of the injury report look like?
It looks like Kyle Phillips is still trending toward being back, and he's probably going to be the punt returner if he doesn't have any setbacks over the next day or so. So that's an interesting move in and of itself, because they're putting a lot on his plate to be maybe a slot receiver and also the punt returner in his first game back from IR. To me, I would probably kept Mason Kinsey up for one more week or so just to let him handle the punt returns, because, not trying to be ugly, but Kyle Phillips has been a little bit brittle throughout the course of his young career. And, I wouldn't want to put him in harm's way any more than I had to, even if he is potentially dynamic as a punt return.
Well, I mean, you got to find out what you get out of him. Traylon Burks probably not going to play.
Doesn't look like it. He must have had some sort of setback with that knee. It's not a re-aggravation of the earlier injury, but it sounds like it's something else on the same leg that's causing him to miss time. Haven't seen him in the locker room or in the building, which leads me to believe that, and I have nothing to base this on, but he may have had to have some sort of something done to that knee, or may just have to, rest it up. And that may be why you haven't seen him. But I don't look for him to play this week unless he makes a big appearance tomorrow, which I don't really expect at this point.
Tier Tart, what's his situation?
Well, he's another one. It was a knee on injury report last week. Now it's a toe. So, he's just, got little nicks and scrapes all over apparently. But Tart's, he didn't, he wasn't out there during the open part of practice today, but he's the type of guy, he seems to be a gamer. They always talk about how he needs to, practice well and do that, but he strikes me as one of those guys that's a gamer. He doesn't always look great on the practice field, but you put him in the game type situations when it really counts. I got a feeling that if I were going to say one way or the other, my guess is he practices tomorrow and he plays at least some role on Sunday.
There you have it, your Daily Titans report. Terry, tell us about Zen Sports.
All right, glad to. Zen Sports, the new sports book in Tennessee, revolutionizing the way you earn sports betting rewards. With Zen Sports, your rewards are cash rewards. You bet with real money, and now you're rewarded with it too. Earn a whopping 5% cashback welcome bonus for your first 15 days when you sign up with code MAINSTREET, MAINST. Keep betting and keep earning every month after that with up to 3% cashback rewards on your betting volume. Best of all, earn cash commission on your referral bets with the Zen Sports Referral Rewards Program. Zen Sports, betting just got better. Gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and older and in Tennessee to bet.
Y'all, I'm serious right now. They have a dragon here. I saw it. But no, they don't. There's no such thing as dragons. I swear, I saw it. It had huge claws. Get out of here. It had eyes as big as the moon. Come on, I'll show you. Wait up. Do you hear that? We're almost there. Whoa! I told you so. That is a dragon.
This is Chris Yao with Main Street Sports Today. Every show, Mo Patton and I welcome friends from all across the sports landscape, from high school coaches and reporters to national, college, and pro sports personalities. You never know who might stop by for a chat. AP Tennessee sports editor, three-time Tennessee Sports Writer of the Year 2020 TSWA Hall of Famer. She covers the Titans, the Predators, the Grizzlies, college football, and hoops. Please make welcome Teresa Walker.
Former University of Tennessee, former Team USA Olympian, ex-Cy Young Award winner, R.A. Dickey. R.A., did I miss anything?
Man, that was sweet. Yeah, I need to listen to that before I go to bed every night. That was nice.
Has 5 sports Emmys. That's not bad for the other guy in Wham, Ryan McGee.
The other guy in Wham married the best looking girl, Bananarama, so the other guy in Wham had a pretty good life.
From preps to pros, we're taking on the sports topics you care about. Tune in across Main Street Media social platforms at 2 p.m. or on demand on your podcast distribution platform of choice.
Welcome back in Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Time now for a little rapid fire here. I say reaction, but that's just because that's what we call it. It's just reaction to some of the biggest news of the day. We'll start, Mo. North Carolina and the NCAA have announced that Tez Walker, wide receiver for the Tar Heels, will be eligible from here on out.
Mac Brown has to be pleased.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Now, matter of fact, let's read Mac's statement, because we've read his previous statement from early September.
Mm-hmm.
let's see here. He said, we were thrilled to find out earlier that Tez Walker has been granted his immediate eligibility. Let's see if I need to go to latest, because I know there is a here it is. We're so happy for Tez. Everything that's transpired over the last few months has been with the sole purpose of helping and supporting him, and now he's going to have a chance to live his dream of playing at North Carolina. We want to express our gratitude to the people at North Carolina who've worked tirelessly to assist Tez. We never gave up. We also want to thank the NCAA for being willing to re-examine Tez's case and ultimately deciding to grant him his eligibility. This is and has always been about the welfare of this young man, and we can't wait to see him on the field doing what he loves to do.
There you go.
Yes, it's about Tez Walker, but if you don't think Mack Brown it's also best for Mack Brown and the Tar Heels, because he is a game changer on the outside as a wide receiver. I mean, preseason all ACC selection without ever having played a down.
Right.
That being said, to me, it feels like this is huge for kind of everybody, especially timing wise, Mo, because obviously North Carolina plays at home against Syracuse this week, but they've got Miami next week. And then, of course, they get him back for Duke, Clemson, and North Carolina State to end the year. Plenty of time to get, to be involved in practices and with the ones, et cetera. I'm sure that he's been practicing, but probably not with the ones.
Wouldn't think. And
so now you've got the timing of this is certainly helpful for North Carolina.
Advantageous, yes.
NCAA said that new information was brought forth that led to the reversal of his denial. Now, what new information could that have been, Mo?
Beats me. I mean, do you have thoughts about what that new information might have been?
Not a clue.
And it's NCAA. Who knows?
I don't think there's any new information. I mean, all the information they had was all they needed. The information that they had available in the beginning was all that was necessary.
Well, and I mean,
but here's the thing.
What was Bubba Cunningham's comment?
There's cover here, by the way. After 4 weeks, right?
It was like a 4-week suspension.
There's cover in that we can say now, oh yeah, they brought new information to us.
But if the athletics director at North Carolina is saying we don't know what prompted them to change their mind,
the justification provided by the NCAA today is not accurate. Okay. The university submitted all necessary information and documentation as it was made available to us at the time, and we still believe Tez met all standards for the waiver in early August. It is not clear why the NCAA delayed making the correct decision then, but we are pleased to get the appropriate resolution now. So apparently there were attorneys involved.
Well, of course.
There will be lawyers.
Always.
Elliot Abrams, Hart Miles of Cheshire, Parker Schneider, PLLC, and Chris Grave of Swainwood, Willgrave, and of Morningstar Law Group say we are honored to have worked with Tez and Attorney General Josh Stein, the Attorney General of North Carolina, Attorneys General. So when the Attorneys General is making a phone call, you've got a pretty good shot of getting things done with the NCAA, because the last thing they want to deal with is that. So here's what Charlie Baker said. It's unfortunate that UNC failed to provide this important information previously.
What important information are we talking about?
Staff determined the new information qualifies Walker for a transfer waiver. Does not say anything about what it is. It just says, while we must be careful not to compromise a student athlete's right to privacy when it comes to sensitive issues, we want to assure the Division I membership and everyone watching how the new transfer rules are applied, that this meets the new transfer waiver standards.
Meanwhile, Bubba Cunningham says that they had everything that we had to give them in August.
We'd have told you. We'd have gave you everything. And you don't tell me and everybody else that
we gave you something else, but we didn't. That's surprisingly.
Who do you believe in this situation?
The NCAA or North Carolina? Who do I believe?
Correct.
I wish my face could do that Viola Davis meme where she looks sideways and then she throws her purse over her shoulder and walks out.
But you can't.
I'm always going to believe the institution over the NCAA.
Always.
Every time. Oklahoma State, Tennessee,
all of them.
North Carolina, I mean, Miami. I don't care who it is. I'm going to believe the institution over the NCAA.
Well, and again, attorneys involved here. So I don't know if maybe they got some, maybe the new information was a legal, what is the word? Starts with an A, statement.
Affidavit?
Yes. Maybe they got an affidavit from a family member saying, I'm sick, Tez needs to be close by. Perhaps.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't something provided by North Carolina.
Maybe it wasn't, maybe the standard the NCAA needed wasn't provided. Maybe the information was provided, but the standard of proof wasn't provided. And now the standard of proof
since
had
been reached.
Met.
Yeah.
Perhaps both NCAA and North Carolina are telling
their truth.
Yeah, somewhat right in this situation. I don't know, but I think it's interesting.
It's very interesting.
So, obviously, and here's the thing: Jerry Moorhead, the board of directors chair and president of Georgia, by the way, is the one who he and Charlie Baker made this statement. They straight up took a shot. Now, North Carolina's been punching pretty hard since August, but they took a shot. And the NCAA doesn't often take shots. They're going to take the high road more times than not. But they've certainly been hit a few times. So taking a punch back and giving one back is probably not a terrible move there by Baker. This is interesting. Syracuse fans are mad. First off, congrats to this young man for winning his fight against the NCAA for what they put him through. To my fellow Q's football fans out there, we should be looking forward to beating these guys with the best they have to offer. Well,
there you go.
Oh, man. Other information or other things to talk about. Jonathan Taylor, we're talking about the Colts. He will play for Indianapolis, though he doesn't sound, entirely excited about it.
Well, how can he be?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. And I get it that he doesn't necessarily want to play for Indianapolis, but you're part of a team, and showing that you don't want to be there the first time that you don't look like you give 110% effort. Now your teammates are going to sit in the back of their mind going, why is he not trying? Why is he not hustling? Why is he not doing this? Why is he not doing that? And now we've got an issue on the team. And oh, by the way, I ain't mad about it. In case y'all wonder.
Yeah, and any issues that the Colts may have are their issues.
And I'm all for it. I'm all for all their issues. Give me all your drama, leave all your laundry on the turf at Lucas Oil Stadium. I'm perfectly fine.
As someone wrote on Facebook about an unrelated situation, they can lose 21 more in a row, and I'll be just fine.
Just fine. But and never stop your enemy in the middle of making a mistake. So let Jonathan Taylor come, because listen, Jonathan Taylor's never been a problem for the Titans. He's not played well against the Titans in the past. Mm-hmm. So I'm not super concerned. Of course, now he'll go off for 204 touchdowns and all the things. But yeah, I think it's really interesting how this is going to play out. I'm very curious. The Colts injury report has Jonathan Taylor at full participation yesterday and today. So
there you go.
Yeah. The WNBA has announced that it will expand into the Bay Area. They have awarded the Golden State Warriors a WNBA expansion team, so they will be in the Bay Area. That gives them 13 teams. They need a 14th.
Do they?
Well, they say they're going to get to 14. According to Front Office Sports, among the cities that are being touted are Portland, Charlotte, let's see here, Nashville, of course, and I'm not sure who else, because the reason it doesn't matter is that Portland is apparently the likely city, according to multiple reports and Front Office Sports. Once finalized, they would join the Bay Area as official league franchises in 2025, meaning Nashville would not get a WNBA team.
Well, and as you look at the makeup of the WNBA, all of their franchises are in NBA cities, are they not?
They are.
So,
well, other than Connecticut.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, and
Seattle, technically.
That's right. Okay. So no. Then.
So no. The answer is not necessarily. But
so I mean, so there is precedent then. Sure. In terms of the possibility of Nashville getting a team.
Sure. Dallas was once Detroit, and in between there, they were Tulsa.
Right.
But have since continued their move south to an NBA city. Phoenix, of course, Las Vegas does not have
Las
a team.
Vegas?
Yeah, so
yes, no.
I mean, I feel like Nashville would be a good fit. The biggest issue is that if you cut the country in half with the Mississippi River, it's not very equal. But adding 2 West Coast teams will actually tip the scales the other way.
Right. And I'm looking at a website, thenexthoops.com, and someone is asking, why so many Pacific Northwest teams? You already have Seattle and LA, now Golden State, then you're at Portland. I'm not sure that LA or Golden State are Pacific Northwest, but West Coast. I mean, you've got 4 teams on the West Coast. When you add Portland and Golden State, you've got Vegas out there. I mean, I wonder why they are so West.
It would be heavy. It would be 7 teams Dallas West, and then 7 teams Minnesota East. So maybe that's why.
And only Atlanta in the southeastern region?
Yeah. I mean,
now, Orlando had a team at one time.
They did. Portland had a team in the early 2000s, and it did not work.
Did they really? I don't remember
From 2000 to 2002, they had the Portland Fire.
Is that the team that's now in Indiana?
Maybe.
I don't remember that.
But yeah, it didn't work out so well the last time. So maybe, As you go, I guess they are. It doesn't look like they moved or anything.
No, they just dissolved, according to Wiki.
Yeah, because most of their players went to different places.
That's wild.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is a good. I wish that, of course, the WNBA would come. I think that it would be a perfect fit for Nashville, but I also understand the dynamics of arena availability.
Sure.
I understand.
That's not a small issue.
No, but I don't look. If it's going to exist, I don't know why municipal is not utilized. I know that the WNBA doesn't want to feel like they're second rate and they're in the other arena.
You got to play somewhere, and I just don't know how realistic Bridgestone is.
Well, I mean, Bridgestone already has a full calendar.
Yep.
And so I don't know. Well, and here's the thing: test it out. If you sell out 10,000 seats every time you go out to municipal, then maybe you take, and maybe you have the money to rent Bridgestone over a concert. Maybe they feel like it's worth their,
9,700 is what municipal seats.
Mm-hmm. Sell it out. Well, that's 97. Is it 9,700 for basketball? Because you got to think you're going to have some floor seats and some seats that are probably a little closer. You could probably add 300 in there somewhere.
I don't know what the configuration is that gets you to 9,700.
Right.
I just Googled
sure
municipal capacity and it said 9,700. So
that being said, to me, I feel like Nashville would be a great place. Maybe not.
No, I think you're right.
But
I think it would be a great place. I think
women's
has
basketball
been potentially a great place for a long time.
Yeah, women's basketball in Tennessee and Nashville particularly has always been well supported. I mean, just look at the SEC basketball tournament and how well it's supported each year. And again, like you said, the only team in the Southeast that exists right now is Atlanta. So why not? Anyway. All right, let's see. Do I have anything else on the list? Utah's NIL deal. 85 scholarship athletes will get a brand new Dodge Ram truck. That's about $5,600,000 at the low end. That's if they all get base trucks.
They won't all get base trucks.
They're not all getting base trucks. But what about the 15 or 18 walk-ons that have to come to class, come to work every day, and come to practice every day, and walk by all
85
those Dodge Rams?
Yeah.
Here's the good thing: they'll at least know where their car is. They won't have trouble finding it. All the other players have to hit the button to find out where they parked.
So many Dodge Rams. Yeah,
it's just Dodge Ram.
Yeah,
looks like a dealership out there.
Right, exactly. Goodness gracious.
But
unintended consequences, right?
But as I asked you yesterday, what are they doing to get this? You're supposed to use your name, image, and likeness to promote something.
Yeah, it kind of feels like when you hear stories like this and situations like this, it kind of feels like NIL has kind of jumped the shark a little bit.
It's certainly,
or a lot.
Yeah, it's certainly found its way into some negative situations.
Yeah. And, like when you ask, what is it you're doing? What service are you providing in exchange for this truck? And how do you keep this truck?
Right. With collectives, I know that some of it is, you're obligated to attend an alumni function, or people who pay a certain level of money each month to the collective get certain perks with players from the team.
Yeah,
and that sort of thing. But the fourth string wide receiver who's on scholarship, I don't know.
I guess he gets to go help somebody move at some point or something. I don't know. I mean,
favor. That's the favor. And we're not even going to give you pizza because we already gave you a Dodger.
Right. Yeah. Just be here at 8 o'clock. Ready to move some furniture. Shoot. So wear your Utah t-shirt.
Oh, gosh. That's terrible.
Yeah.
He will help you move.
What is it? 2 guys in a truck. 2 guys in a Ram. Bring your truck, you know?
Ute movement. I'm here for that. That would be a great name.
There you go.
Oh,
there you go.
Man. All right,
that's good. You may want to copyright that one.
I'm starting a moving company
In
Utah tomorrow. Ute movement.
Youth movement.
Oh, let's take a break. When we come back, high school football picks on this Preps Thursday right after this.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Custom Stone Handler supplies over 600 distributors and suppliers with quality stone products. Along with River Stone, we produce and distribute over 100 building, landscape, and other bulk products. Our goal is to provide quality products, service, and partnerships to ensure our customers' success. We firmly believe that the measure of any person or company is how they treat other people and customers. Give them a call at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com. Mockingbird Title and Escrow is an attorney-owned and operated full-service title company in Middle Tennessee. We get your deals closed without worry and fuss. We're a family business that offers the highest level of expertise in our industry when it comes to closing and funding your real estate transactions.
And it's a job I really love. I'm passionate about this. I'm enthusiastic about this. I like to think we're pretty well-rounded and can deal with a wide range of needs and a wide range of clients.
Call 615-274-8698 today.
With Lee Company technology, the best handymen are hands-off. Lee Company techs have been using visual findings and other smart technology tools for years to add transparency and virtually take customers along. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on a roof. With Lee Company, technology helps us help you, no matter what's happening in the world or at your house.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Murray County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic service, and our Ortho Quick Walk-In Clinic lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net.
Welcome back in Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Time now to do a little pick 'em. Got 10 games from across the mid-state that we'll be picking. And, of course, you can always find them at mainstreetpreps.com. Staff-wide picks-ish. Most everybody is participating.
Most every game.
And most every game.
Yeah.
They've just quit putting Giles County games in here, which was smart. Let's be honest. Oh, man. Well, looking forward to to talking about these. We've already talked about this particular game quite a bit today, Mo. Columbia Academy and Nashville Christian tomorrow night at 7 o'clock in Bellevue. As I said, eat some honey fire barbecue for me or wherever you're doing. I don't know where else you go. I don't know where else you'd go.
Well,
there's plenty of options over there.
But I don't know by the time I get there how much time I'm going to have.
Honey fire takes about 5 minutes. It's barbecue and their mac and cheese is already made, and that's all you really need.
But I mean, by the time I get to the area, I don't know how much time I'm going to have to eat and go to the game.
Oh, you'll leave here, what, 4:30?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you take 840, come up the back way down 40.
I didn't think about 8. See, I didn't think about 840. I rarely think about 840, particularly going that way.
Well, and that's how I used to go home when I lived
in
Bellevue. So, because Nashville Christian's on the same road I lived on, Sawyer Brown Road.
Okay.
But yeah, take 840 and go the back way, and you'll be just fine.
Okay. All right. Well, good.
And
I will need all the help I can get.
You'll probably get there around 5:30. Give yourself 30 minutes to eat, and it's a 5-minute hop, skip, and jump right over to Sawyer Brown Road.
There you go. Okay. All right. Thank you.
You got it. And for all of you Columbia folks heading that way,
do the same thing.
Do the same.
Yeah.
Columbia Academy and Nashville Christian. Again, this is probably for a region championship.
Columbia Academy featuring Main Street PREPS Week 7 Football Player of the Week, Harrison Brownlee.
Hey, well done.
Yeah. The wide receiver linebacker earned 25% of the overall vote to beat out your favorite high school player, Cornersville's Ben Franklin, and Sycamore's Hicks Hunter. So, again, he was our player of the week this week as well. And so, big week for Harrison.
Congrats.
Yeah. And hopefully, I've got them following it up with another road win. It's going to be close. It's going to be a great ball game.
Yeah, this is a toss-up for me. I'm going with the home team because they're at home. That's it. That's the only reason I picked Nashville Christian. I think this is a toss-up. I think it's a one-score game either way, and could potentially see overtime.
You know, Lawson Smith and I aren't going to like you very much.
Wow.
Because I got my first one last week, and Lawson's had what? 2?
He had 2 in a row. I had one too, though. I had Independent Centennial. So
yeah.
Overtime has been a thing in Middle Tennessee.
Overtime and 11.
Overtime and 11.
Yeah.
If we have an 11
overtime, yeah.
Then we'll be in trouble. Yeah. Lipscomb Academy and Montgomery Bell Academy. This one also Friday at 7. These two teams, the records are interesting.
I think they both played, you know, they both played some fantastic competition. I think Montgomery Bell Academy is starting to figure some things out without, you know, among others, Texas A&M freshman Marcel Reed. Picked up a couple of wins here of late.
The big Father Ryan and Knox Catholic, which Knox Catholic has been a little bit disarray since the end of last year, since spring.
Yeah.
So,
but
I don't know what they're doing over there. I don't know if they're, you know, how well they played. I just don't know. But Montgomery, you know, NBA getting a win is still big.
Yeah, and I am.
But Lipscomb beat Ensworth, and I thought Ensworth was one of the best teams in Middle Tennessee. I still think Ensworth is one of the best teams in Middle Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at these scores, Saraland, Alabama, 31-30 overtime loss on the road. Briarcrest they beat. Lost to Baylor on the road, 34-31. And then Christian Brothers of Missouri, I couldn't tell you anything about it.
All right.
So of their 4 losses, 3 of them have come from out-of-state teams, including IMG. First year of Kevin Mawai. I got to go with Mustangs here. I think they get back on track, and I think that the last 4 games could be interesting.
I think I like the direction that the Big Red is trending in, and I'm going with NBA.
Well, you are the only one.
Well,
so
yeah.
Enjoy that island,
Yeah.
Because sometimes it works out. It has for me. Rarely. Page at Hillsboro. The Burrows. Will there be a live one on the field? I don't know.
I think they have two.
Well,
Don and Quixote, I believe.
I love it.
Yeah.
Page at Hillsboro. That's tonight,
That is tonight.
by the way.
Ooh.
At 7 o'clock on a Thursday. So I feel like this is a game the Patriots ought to win. This is, Hillsboro's kind of playing with its back against the wall right now. And, as we mentioned in the last couple of weeks, this district is tough. This is a tough region.
This is a tough region. You've got Page, you've got Nolensville. You've got number one in the state, Centennial. So yeah, it's
and Hillsboro's no slouch.
Exactly.
They're not a pushover.
Exactly. But I think Page takes care of business in this one.
They'll take it to Green Hills and enjoy.
Plural.
Yeah, plural. Columbia Central at Franklin County. That's tomorrow night at 7. And again, this game is massive in terms of playoff implications.
Yeah, because Franklin County's one win period in or out of region was against Tullahoma, which right now I think sits number 2 in region 5-5A.
Oh yeah, they are number 2 because clearly they lost to Franklin County. So
Right,
yeah,
but
they've got the one loss.
Yeah.
But they've still got a chance to. Tullahoma could still win the region with a win over Shelbyville.
Mm-hmm.
They hold the tiebreaker. But yeah, this is an interesting game because as you can hear a little more about it later.
Yep.
At 6 o'clock tonight, 6:15, you can hear
Prior to the Franklin Ravenwood game, right?
prior to Franklin Ravenwood on Main Street Media Radio. That's right.
Yeah.
You can hear the Main Street Murray football preview show, and you'll hear us pick this game again, maybe get a little bit deeper into it. But I'm going to go with Columbia Central to end their losing streak in Winchester.
Of 4 games. Yep.
That's 8 years.
Actually, it's not.
It's not?
No, because there were some times when they played consecutive years in one place or the other.
That's weird. But okay.
Regardless, I'm taking the Lions as well.
Ravenwood at Franklin. That is the Main Street Preps game of the week.
It is the Main Street Preps game of the week.
On radio.
And as a result,
Wade Neely didn't pick it. Surprise.
There you go. Because he wants to be non-biased, balanced.
Unbiased as Jeff Francoeur on a Major League Baseball broadcast
Of the
involving
Braves. Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, Donnie Webb, first game. These kids are probably playing. You feel like that they're probably going to rally around each other. And obviously Donnie was on staff, has been in the building, and was the coach before Alex Melton got there.
Donnie's last win in his initial stint as football coach at Franklin was against Ravenwood.
That's right.
So
that being said, I don't think his first win back in his second stint is also going to be against Ravenwood.
So or it's not tonight.
Not tonight.
Anyway.
The Raptors, I think, get the win here.
Yeah.
Is that 4 or is that 5?
1, 2, 3.
That's 5.
That's 5.
We'll take a break. When we come back, 5 more games, including the game of the week on Main Street Preps. Pick 'em. We'll be right back after this.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net.
With Lee Company technology, the best handymen are hands-off. Lee Company techs have been using visual findings and other smart technology tools for years to add transparency and virtually take customers along. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on a roof. With Lee Company, technology helps us help you. no matter what's happening in the world or at your house.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50 plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Zion Christian Academy, zioneagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's zioneagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today. Mockingbird Title and Escrow is an attorney-owned and operated full-service title company in Middle Tennessee. We get your deals closed without worry and fuss. We're a family business that offers the highest level of expertise in our industry when it comes to closing and funding your real estate transactions.
And it's a job I really love. I'm passionate about this. I'm enthusiastic about this. I like to think we're pretty well rounded and can deal with a wide range of needs and a wide range of clients.
Call 615-274-8698 today.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Murray County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic service, and our Ortho Quick Walk-In Clinic lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net.
Welcome back in. Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Chris Yamo, Patton, 5 games left on the high school football pick'em here on this PREPS Thursday. And Mo, it is raining now.
Well, of course.
It is definitely raining, and it's raining hard. So congratulations.
Yeah, no problem.
Enjoy. Innsworth, just mentioned them.
Mm-hmm.
At Father Ryan. Father Ryan made us all look silly earlier this year when they defeated Brentwood Academy. Innsworth, I think their only loss of the year.
No, they've lost back to, well, they lost back to back to Lipscomb and to MUS.
Okay. Looked really good up to that point against Union City, NBA, Tresvant, Knox Catholic, and then last week over Christian Heritage, Georgia. Don't know anything about Christian Heritage, Georgia, but this should be an interesting game.
I'm not sure who this tells us what about, but since Father Ryan defeated Brentwood Academy 56-21 in week 3, they have not won.
It's true.
They lost to MBA 24-20. They lost at Briarcrest 28-21, and they lost to Memphis University School 28-24. And I'm expecting that trend to continue tonight over on Highway 100. I'm sorry,
tomorrow.
at home. No, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night
at home.
At home.
Yeah.
On I-65.
In Franklin Road.
Just
yeah.
off the just off the road there.
I've got the Tigers.
You've got the Tigers. I've got the Tigers. We've got the Tigers. Go Tigers.
Welcome to Good Burger.
Home of the Good Burger. That's right.
Can I help you? In fact, it's pretty much a clean sweep amongst the Main Street PREPS core.
Yeah, and much to the chagrin of Main Street Murray and Dixon Post editor Chris Gregory, who will be on the sideline for this one, I presume, in this Trousdale County at East Robertson matchup. Trousdale County at East Robertson, and Trousdale County, man, you know, ever since Kevin Creasy,
things have been a little up and down.
Things have been bleak up in the Trousdale County area. So we will see what happens. I have East Robertson and the Fighting Groves.
Yeah. I think the Indians at home tonight take care of this one.
That's right. That one is tonight. So also tonight, East Nashville on the road at Cane Ridge. Always fun when you get a metro matchup. Don't think it's going to be a lot of fun, however, for the host Ravens.
Yeah, they've really kind of struggled this year. You know, we saw that televised 31-28 loss to Mountain Juliet in the season opener for both those teams, and we thought, well, okay, Mountain Juliet's good, and they are.
They are.
But Cane Ridge didn't win their first game until 2 weeks ago when they defeated Laverne 3-0. Then they came back last week and dropped a big one at Riverdale last week. They're struggling. And I don't think East Nashville, particularly coming off of their loss last week to Franklin Road Academy, is going to be of a mind to help. I'm sorry, they lost 2 weeks ago to Franklin Road Academy. They lost last week to Smyrna. So they've lost two in a row. I don't think they're going to be in a mood to help Cane Ridge with their struggles.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've got the Eagles in this one getting back on track.
Mm-hmm.
Henry County at Beach. So if that makes a difference for you, Henry County traveling to Beach. Both of these teams have played Brentwood, and both of them played them pretty tight, I believe. I don't remember exact scores.
You know, these are traditionally two of the top teams in
their.
Well, you say in the mid-state rather loosely because Henry County is across the river, but they play this way. So,
well, in their respective divisions, because Henry County has not been 6A for a while, and they're not now.
No,
Beach hasn't been 5A in a long time. Probably 4 years ago against Summit, right? Weren't they 6A the last 2 years?
Yeah, they were because they played in the state finals last year against Oakland.
So, you know, moving back down to 5A for Beach, and oh, by the way, here's your reward. Henry County's in your region.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not a great reward. I was wrong, and the Beach has not played Brentwood. They played Independence.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was.
There you go.
And got pretty well handled by the Eagles. So curious how that one plays out. I think Henry County gets the win here. They've been playing really good ball. Their only loss of the year is to Brentwood, so I'm going to go with the Patriots. On the road.
Is to Brentwood 17-14 at Brentwood.
That's right.
So, yeah, I like Henry County in this one as well.
Maybe they'll bring the siren with them.
If you're a Beach fan, you hope not.
No doubt. And finally, speaking of Brentwood, the Main Street Preps game of the week, undefeated, 7-0, the Bruins make the trip to Mallory Lane.
Yes, sir.
Where there's malice on Mallory to CCCHS, where the Cougars also 7-0 are looking to upend their cross-county rival Brentwood. This is the time, Mo, that those folks who told you that Centennial is the best team in the county, this is their opportunity to prove those folks right.
It is. This might be the best game in Williamson County in a long time. When you're talking about two teams that are both undefeated this deep into the season, and Centennial's number 1 in the state in 5A. Brentwood is what, number 3?
Number 3 in Class 6A.
Associated Press. So this.
And in the Main Street Preps poll,
they're both in the top 6. I think Centennial is 6.
That makes sense.
And Brentwood is 4, maybe.
Yeah. So I mean, you're talking about two teams that. This is a juggernaut matchup. This is a heavyweight fight, and
you're talking about two teams that could both
find themselves in Chattanooga.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any question.
Jamal Stewart has done a fantastic job in his first season over at Centennial. Clint Finch we had on the show earlier this year, and obviously they're still rolling. And I cannot tell you how much I wanted to pick Centennial in this ball game.
I bet you did. I'm a little surprised that you didn't.
I couldn't pull the trigger on it.
It's a little tough when you're talking about 6A, 5A, I think Brentwood has played a little bit tougher schedule, but not much.
No.
Not much. Okay. I mean, I think,
Blackman, Brentwood Academy,
historically,
Hendersonville, Henry County, they've been
yeah.
tested.
Historically speaking, Blackman, Brentwood Academy, Hendersonville, Henry County, all would be very difficult teams to play against and get wins. I think Brentwood has made them all just about look a bit pedestrian. And, obviously Centennial has the overtime win against Independence. They've beaten Franklin, Summit, Lawson, Springfield, and then their best win so far to this point has been Nolensville. Maybe Independence on the road in overtime, but I think they've been a little less tested. And that's why I'm going to go with Brentwood as well.
Yeah.
So should be a great week of high school football. If you are planning to go to a game tonight, make sure to bring your raincoats because I don't know what it's doing anywhere else.
Right,
but right outside our window, it is pouring.
Here on West 7th Street in Columbia, it is indeed
raining.
Indeed. And it's coming down pretty good.
It's raining hard right now.
I don't want to leave the building.
You might just stick around for just a little bit.
Can't stick around too long.
No, you can't. You got to get to
Overton.
At least it's the south side of Nashville, and you'll be going north once you. So that's a positive, but that's about the only positive. So looking forward to it again. MainStreetMediaRadio.com for tonight's Ravenwood and Franklin matchup. Again, at 6:15, you can see the Main Street Murray football preview show as well. And come back tomorrow. It's college football. We'll preview all of the biggest games in college football, and we'll pick some as well. Should be a lot of fun. Again, 4-6 last week for me, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, we've got 10 great games to pick against the spread. We've got a lot of great games to talk about in the SEC and across the country. So come back with us. We certainly appreciate it, Mo. Tell them where to find you tonight if they want to keep up with Summit and Overton.
If they want to keep up with Summit and Overton, they can find me on Twitter at @MoPatton_sports. So be sure and check that out. We'll be putting up scoring updates throughout the night.
And also, we have a text message from Darren Joins. Just a little bit of news here. Speaking of Centennial High School, Ted Martinez has stepped down as volleyball coach at Centennial after the last 2 seasons. So they're looking for a volleyball coach if you're looking for a place to coach volleyball. So there you go. That's going to do it for our show. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us again tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel right here on Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. We'll see you at 2 o'clock on Main Street Media TV tomorrow.